What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little button next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right there so you can get the notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Family, I'm going in, but before I go in, I'm going to let a few hundred of you guys come in. And in the meantime, and in between time, I'll give some shout outs to the early birds. What's up, Lamel Prince? What it do? What it do? Brooklyn in the house. What is that? Track? What up? Let's see. Truth be told, what's going on? Double Dub, what it do? Lane, I see you. The Blaze Podcast. That's what's up. What's up, Richard Harper? Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Edwin Ward, California. Chancellor Banks. Chris Barnes, Detroit. Robin Jackson, Cleveland. What it do? I'm going in, fam. I'm going in. Put a picture up of Jermaine. That's Jermaine Jackson, fam. Jermaine Jackson is the latest high-profile celebrity to be accused of sexual assault. So you got a woman who has accused Jermaine Jackson of sexually assaulting her in 1988. 1988. In 1988, a person could have been born, graduated college, had children, even a grandchild, be a decorated war veteran, written 10 books, toured the world 40 times. Family, 1988, come on now. Let's do the math. 1988, that's 35 years. 35 years ago, a woman is now coming forward saying that Jermaine Jackson, in fact, she's saying that Jermaine Jackson sexually assaulted her. The lawsuit is brief. It was filed in Los Angeles on Wednesday. The plaintiff, Rita Barrett, very seldom get the name these days, Rita Barrett alleges that Jermaine assaulted her in her home over 3 decades ago after showing up to her house unannounced. Barrett claims in the suit that she met Jermaine through her work as a music contractor. It's a music contractor. Music contractor. I've been in the game, I don't know how many years. I don't know if I ever heard of that particular term. Music contractor. She says she met him through her work as a music contractor, as well as through Motown Records founder Berry Gordy, alleging that she maintained close ties with Berry Gordy through her husband, Ben Barrett. Defendant Jackson forced himself into plaintiff's home and with force and violence sexually assaulted plaintiff, the suit states. During the assault, plaintiff, a woman of faith, prayed for God to help. During the assault, plaintiff feared for her life. After the assault, and when the defendant Jackson was satiated, he left the residence. Jackson, his companies, Jermaine L. Jackson, Music Productions, and Work Records were all listed as defendants in the suit. And the listed causes of action are sexual assault, battery, sexual battery, and negligence. Barrett asked for unspecified damages. A representative for Jermaine Jackson couldn't immediately be reached for comment. Rita suffered an egregious and violent sexual assault, Barrett's attorney, Jeff Anderson, told Rolling Stone. This is about her power and the declaration of it when she learned something could be done under the law. And she found the strength and support to find us and is now standing for herself and others. So if she gets some money, she gonna get others some money too? Gordy himself wasn't named as a defendant, but the suit claims that Gordy protected Jackson for financial interests. Barrett alleges that the day after the assault, she reported the incident to Gordy due to his relationship with both her and the Jackson family, stating that Gordy was uniquely situated to both report defendant Jackson's acts and to aid plaintiff during her time of trauma. Instead, the suit alleges Mr. Gordy withheld and concealed the acts, further perpetuating the cover-up and allowing Mr. Gordy, defendant Jackson, and others in the business relationship to continue to reap profits derived from Mr. Jackson's work and reputation for years to come. A representative for Berry Gordy did not immediately respond to Rolling Stone's request for comment. The suit was filed through California AB 2777, which, like New York's recently closed Adult Survivors Act, temporarily waives the statute of limitations on some civil claims related to sexual misconduct. Those statutes have led to a wave of sexual abuse lawsuits across the music and entertainment industries, with actors, artists, and executives, including Vin Diesel, Sean Diddy Combs, Axl Rose, and L.A. Reid, among several others, all facing allegations for suits filed in the past several months. Here's what I want to know, fam. Correct me if I'm wrong. Here's what I want to know. How is it that just, I don't know, just out of nowhere, it seems to be this wave of lawsuits and this wave of temporary statute of limitations? So New York does it, then California does it. And you know what? Who's behind this stuff? See, I suspect that there's somebody behind this, somebody with some major power who can go to the lawmakers and say, hey, I need you to pass some type of law for the time being that will extend the statute of limitations or ignore the statute of limitations temporarily so I can get me a few big dogs. Yeah. It's starting to really look like a witch hunt. But they got a few people, I think, in mind that they want to get. So really, this is outside of the statute of limitations for this claim. They probably had some woman come with a claim and they was like, I don't think we can do nothing about that. But you know what? I know what we can do. I got a buddy that's a lawmaker in New York. He's gonna tell us how he got that temporary lift on the statute of limitations in New York. We're gonna apply the same thing in California. That's how we can get them. Family, I'm going to say it again. I've said it many times. I am all for a person getting justice if they have been harmed. Justice denied is one of the greatest tragedies in the world. However, at what point do the person who says I've been violated, at what point are they supposed to come forward and say, I've been violated? Seems like to me, man, it has to be some type of statute of limitations. But let's just say it ain't. It ain't going to be a statute of limitations. There's no statute of limitations. So now, what about evidence? So let's just say if y'all don't want statute of limitations, there is no statute of limitations. How about some evidence? If you can bring some evidence, I think that should be the only excuse for waiting 3 decades to accuse somebody. In fact, if you accuse somebody after a certain amount of time, that's slander. And you should be held liable for slandering that person's name. Now, some of y'all going to invariably say, well, Willie D, what if it was your daughter? What if it was your sister? What if it was your mother? Well, I got a question for all y'all who's asking that question. What if it was your husband? What if it was your brother? What if it was your son? What if it was your grandson? What if it was your favorite uncle who has everything going for himself? Life looks good. You ain't never known him to get caught up in no disrespect toward women. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, some woman from 4 decades ago, 2 decades ago, come forward and say, well, he slapped me, or he SA'd me. A woman who sees that he is now very wealthy. He got paper. He papered up. She ain't doing too well. Perhaps she's going through a divorce. Perhaps she's been single for the last 12 years. And she looking at him like he food. That's a lick. Let me get him. Let me see what I can get for myself. See, a lot of people, when they in relationships and that relationships come to an end, they want some type of vindication for the weak-ass lifestyle that they're living currently. And they're looking at the other person like they got everything. They got the spouse, they got the house, they got the cars, they got the money. And because they followed the wrong dude, they mad. And they want to get back at him. You know what? Let me just file this lawsuit. And guess what, family? There ain't no repercussions right now if they file a lawsuit and their allegations are proven to be wrong. If they go to court and they lose, there's no repercussions. There's no criminal implications. That ain't cool, man. I'm not cool with that. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. There are women who are truth tellers. There are women who struggle with coming forward with this type of information. There are good, decent women with integrity who say, you know what, I don't want to relive this thing. I don't want to deal with it. It's just over, it's over, it's over, and it's over. You got to support them type of women. But what about them scandalous, lying ass heifers. What about them? And y'all know it's a lot of them out there. It ain't like it's one or two. It's thousands, tens of thousands, perhaps even hundreds of thousands. They shouldn't be able to just say a man did something, wreck that man's reputation, and then just go on about their life like they ain't did nothing. Usually, when you harm somebody's reputation, when you lie on a person, when you assassinate a person's character, typically there is some type of relief, some type of legal relief for that person. But so far, that's a no-go with these sexual assault cases that's coming from a whole two whole grade schools ago. Man, you can go to grade school twice for some of these allegations. Go to grade school and finish college twice. I'm not with that, man. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. If there's not going to be a statute of limitations, at the very least, there has to be evidence. And right now, they going on he say, she say, or better yet, she say. They just taking these women's words for it and filing suits and out here wrecking these dudes' reputations. I'm not saying some of them are not guilty, but all of them ain't guilty. Common sense will tell you that. That need to be some proof, man. If you say I stole something out the store, you can't just say I stole something out the store and put me in jail. If the police come, the police gonna say, well, what you steal? What did he steal? We stole a steak. Well, where's the steak? I don't know, but he stole a steak. Man, that ain't gonna fly. You got to produce that steak on me or show some type of evidence why I walked out of the store with that steak. Show some video footage or something. Or you got to show the steak in my car. You got to find a steak in my car and with no receipt. We talk about receipts all the time these days. I'm bringing receipts. I'm bringing the receipts. I'm bringing receipts. Well, Rita Barrett or Barrett, where are the receipts? You say Jermaine Jackson sexually assaulted you. Where are the receipts? You say Barry Gordy covered it up. Where are the receipts? You know, one of the reasons why the FBI is so effective and respected is the FBI don't move in until they have receipts. When the FBI come for you, they already got everything they need. When they sit you down in that room to talk to you, to interview you, all they're trying to do is trying to see if you're going to give them some information that they don't know. But they already got enough information for you. They got enough information on you already. They've gathered their information on you already. When they bring you in, they got you. They got you. And that may be a few cases every now and then, some here and there, where they may bring somebody in just to get under their skin because they can't get them on nothing, and they just perplexed, and they say, you know what, man, we got to do something. Let's just get on there. Just bring them in anyway. Hell, whatever. They'll bring them in just because they can. But when the FBI move in, they got you. Lawyers don't even like taking cases. They don't even like taking Fed cases because they know they are going to lose. I'm talking about top lawyers. Top lawyers. They be like, man, you may as well save your money, man. It's the feds. It's the feds. You don't want to play with that. Where are the receipts? Where is the proof? Now, I know it's easy for some of you out there who don't like the Jackson's family. You don't like Jermaine. You don't like his hairdo. He wear makeup and all this kind of stuff. You don't like men. You just don't like men. So every time a man get accused of something, you automatically go into attack mode. I get it. I get it. But if somebody accused you of something, whether you did it or didn't do it, what's the first thing that's going to come to your mind? Prove it. Where's the proof? You can't prove it by just saying he did it. That ain't proof. Just pointing the finger and saying he did it, that ain't proof. Where are the receipts? Where is the evidence? Where's the evidence? You can't say that I killed somebody if you ain't got no proof. Well, you could say it, but it ain't too many prosecutors will put that type of case before a grand jury. Do you have anything? You got something to give. Do you have a confession? Do you have witnesses? Do you have at least one person who say, yes, I was there. I saw it. Do you got something? Give me something. Do you have something? Something. Give me something. Got any pictures? Well, what about video? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give me something. What can you give me? Go into the comments. Nicole, what's up, Nicole? Isabel Martinez, what's up? Radiant Jules. Fetty, what it do? Lee's Love, Ruth Robinson. Ski OD, what it do? DeAndre Durham, appreciate y'all for the bless shoes. Who was that? Wayland Management Group. Northern Cali, what up? Cornbread 2. Angela Eyes, what's up, Angela? Don't put that on me. I ain't got no cold. I just sneezed. I ain't got no cold. Stacy Galore, backpacker for life. Tyrone Townsend, what's up, Tyrone? Ruth Robinson, if you're just not joining the live, fam, we're talking about Jermaine Jackson, who has been accused of sexual assault from an alleged incident that happened, get this, fam, not yesterday, not last week, not last month, not last year, not 2 years ago, not 5 years ago, not 10 years ago, not 15 years ago, not 20 years ago, not 30 years ago, 35 years ago, over 3 decades. The woman finally has enough courage to come forward and say something. Do you know if the police whoop your ass right now and you came back 30 years from now and say, the police whooped my ass 30 years ago, you know you're going to get thrown out of that court on your head, right? You know if... So where's this going to stop? Are we going back to high school? We going back to elementary, middle school, when the bully smack you up real good? You get to come back and sue your bullies now? Are we going to be doing that? That's what we're doing? We can go back now and sue the bullies from high school? How does that go? Or is it just for sexual assault? Man, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to start having women who got kids by dudes who going to be like, he did this, he did that, he did this. That's coming. So yeah, what if it was your brother accused, your uncle accused, your daddy accused, your son accused by some woman that he may or may not have known 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 50 damn years. And you just got some courage. You know what they should do? They should look at all of those women's backgrounds and go around and talk to people who know those women. And let's see what type of character they have. Do they have a propensity to lie? Have they made these type of accusations in the past? Have they gotten paid in the past? $30, $40, $50 years ago. Did she really even know this dude? Have she even met him before? Need some character witnesses. Where is the evidence? That's what I want to know. Where's the evidence? Jermaine Jackson is the latest high-profile celebrity to be caught in the crosshairs of the Me Too movement. The plaintiff, Rita Barrett alleges that Jermaine assaulted her in her home over 3 decades ago. This after showing up at her house unannounced. The plaintiff in the suit says she met Jackson through her work as a music contractor, as well as through Motown Records founder Berry Gordy. I'm still trying to get, what is a music contract? I guess somebody who put music contracts together. I need to figure out what this term. I ain't never heard of this term. Look over. Connects clients in the film, television, theater, and live music industries with the musical talent they need for the recording. Okay. So she was probably connecting the musicians to the artist. That's probably what she was doing. got it. The plaintiff claims that Jackson forced himself into her home and with force and violence sexually assaulted her. During the assault, plaintiff, a woman of faith, prayed for God's help. She's a woman of faith, and she prayed to God for help. So by them mentioning that, if Jermaine is a man of faith, does that offset? These people are wild. During the assault, plaintiff feared for her life. After the assault, and when the defendant Jackson was satiated, he left the residence. Satiated. What the hell is satiated? Never heard of that. They must be trying to say satisfied. Hold on, let me see what that word is. It's amazing how you can have these words. Oh, satiate. Never heard of that term before. Satiate. Satiated. Okay, so it means satisfied. Satiated. Okay. Learn something new every day if you open your mind. Okay. So when the plaintiff was satiated, he left. So he showed up, unannounced. He showed up unannounced. But she let him in. Showed up unannounced and she let him in. She said the defendant Jackson forced himself into the plaintiff's home. Now, we know he didn't break in. I guess if he would have broke in, she would have said he broke in. He kicked in the door. He broke a window and climbed through. No, she opened the door and she let him in. But she's saying that she's skipping some pieces in here. There's something missing. Because she just said that he forced his way into her house. She's not saying she opened the door and he came in. So this is what's going to happen. Let me tell you how things go around here, fam. Anytime something goes one way and it goes one way too far, it becomes extreme. And then what happens is the other side eventually resists. Somebody rises up to resist that extreme. And then it kind of tilts and tilts and tilts till it balances off. But it doesn't stop because the person who's tilting continues to tilt until it tilts all the way in their favor. And then once it tilts in their favor, they maintain control and they push it to the extreme till it starts to go back until the other side rises up against that extreme. And then it goes back. And that's how I do. And some of these type of things take decades and some take centuries before they tilt all the way back or even to a balance, to where it's balanced. Sometimes it takes decades, sometimes it takes centuries. But there's always going to be a shift. And that shift is coming. I can promise you that. The shift is coming. Because the only thing that happened is that somebody, a group of people who got a lot of power, got together and said, this is what we're doing. The people didn't vote for this. They just doing what they want to do. A change is coming. All right, fam, let's take a poll before I get out of here. Give me a thumbs up if you think that Jermaine Jackson is going to beat this thing. Thumbs down if you say, no, man, they got him. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.